As some of you may know, I didn't get a chance to go live last Friday because I was working with my brother to pressure wash and seal my driveway. And just like everything else, one of the things that I realized is that even that has a steps, a process, a formula that has to be initiated in order to make sure that it's done correctly and as efficiently as possible. So, hi everybody, I am Shanice Upshur, the corporate escapee, and today I am excited to be talking to you guys about your dreams, right? What does it look like to leave the corporate world, leave that corporate grind and really begin to start your own successful business? So today we're diving into the 10 essential steps for building your own successful business. I'm going to lay out a roadmap that you can use for success, and I hope that you guys have a pencil, a notepad, something ready in order to take some notes, and let's dive right in. So when I was kind of reflecting on my own journey and thinking through like what were the things that have made me successful in the past and what are some things that have made other people successful in the past, there were quite a few things that kind of stood out again and again and again. And the first thing that stood out, and probably no surprise to anybody, is having a plan. You guys have probably all heard the phrase, failing to plan is planning to fail. And so with that in mind, it's like, what is it that you really want? What are those end goals? What are the steps that you are putting in place to get there? Not just, winging it, but really making sure that you have something in place as a guide to help you get where you need to go. And I turning off my heater because I'm about to have heat stroke over here. So this solid plan, it's your roadmap, right? Not only where you're going, but that path to get there. Doesn't have to be, super fancy and over the top or anything like that, but it needs to really answer those questions. Who are you serving? What are you offering? And how are you helping those people? And without a plan, right, you're really just wandering. Same way as if you were driving, right? You get in the car, and if you're like me, the first thing you do is put on Waze, even to places that I know where I'm going, just to make sure that if there's speed bumps or things like that along the path, I know where they are. So the same way that you would create your plan when making a long distance trip or going on vacation, same exact thing, even more important in your business to really go ahead, create that plan, to not only know what that final destination is for you, but how you're going to go about going there. And then the second thing that's needed, again, seeing it time and time again consistently, is this aspect of creativity. And I know that creativity is something that I've talked about before, but I really just want to highlight again how important it is for those of us who are looking to venture into our own business. So not just creativity in terms of like, how well can you make your flyers look? How awesome can you, make your website? Not just that creativity, but how well can you think outside the box? How well are you able to problem solve and come up with solutions? And how do you look at problems and solutions and maybe even serving the people that you're called to serve in a different way and from a new perspective that others haven't done it before? And again, like I said, it's not just for the artists and all that fancy stuff, but those entrepreneurs too, right? It helps us solve these problems and allows you to really express your own unique standpoint and your own unique skill set when it comes to your business. So the third thing, and I just kind of gave it away, the third thing is skills. And this is huge. Nothing will really kind of mitigate the fact that you have to have some type of skill when it comes to your business. So your corporate skills are gold, right? You've probably spent years working on them, refining them. It can be something like communication, project management, so a soft skill, a hard skill, whatever that looks like. But these skills, they're going to be the tools that you use to build your business. And for a lot of you guys right now, the trick is identifying what skills are the most valuable to your audience and lean into how you can use them to better your business, your offers, and to better support the people that you're serving. And when you think about your skills too, don't be afraid to even think outside the box with that, right? So maybe something that you don't necessarily consider a skill, maybe it truly is. And if there are skills that you do want to develop or hone right now while you're still in corporate, lean into the opportunities that you may have right now in order to do that. So for example, if you are really trying to hone your leadership skills in the corporate world and maybe, you don't want to go into management or, you're not necessarily looking for that type of position, maybe you can go and support a employee resource group, for example, or find ways that you can lead particular initiatives on your team so that you can start honing those skills and kind of perfecting those skills now before you jump out into the world of entrepreneurship. And then the fourth thing when it comes to building your own business is making sure that you have a strong foundation. And when you think about it, every business really needs that solid foundation. This means understanding your mission, your vision, your values. What is it that you're looking to do? Why does your business exist? What impact do you want to make? And if these aren't things that you shore up ahead of time, it can lead to cracks later on. So make sure that you're taking the time to really assess and understand and know what is your foundation and what it is that you're trying to build. Even if that means you have to stop, pause some of the other amazing work that you do and take a day or two, a week even, and really sit and assess what is my foundation, what is my purpose, mission, vision, values, all of that, and be able to articulate those very, very well, not just to yourself, but to others around you. And then number 5 is a brand. And this should not be surprising to you, right? You want to make sure that you have a brand. And when you think about the idea of brand, it's not necessarily, the logo that you have or the colors that you use on the website, right? The brand is really, what is it that people say when you're not around? Right? What is the thought process, the impact that you're leaving in your wake when you're around people and when you're not around people, and making sure that your brand reflects the kind of person who you are, what it is that you want your business to stand for, and how you want to show up in the world. And here's the thing, whether you do anything or you don't, you're always building your brand. So might as well be intentional with it. And the more that you can be intentional with your brand, the more that you can allow yourself to show up for people the way that you want to show up for those people. It's also part of, like your voice, your story, all of that goes into your brand. So make sure that you're spending time being intentional with your brand and really figuring out what that looks like for you. The sixth thing on that is offers. And so an offer is basically just a way that you look to serve your customers. So it can be a product, it can be a service, whatever that looks like, but being very, very clear around how it is that you want to help your customers, how you're looking to support them, the way that you want them to feel after they leave in any type of interaction with you, and how you help them go from point A to point B, regardless of what that is. So yeah, be very thoughtful about that. Think about how can you serve your customers at the highest level. And I may have talked about it before, but I saw something a while back that said, the person you've been called to serve is you 5 years ago, right? And that kind of really resonated with me. When you think about it, put yourself in that person's shoes. Hey, if I was this particular type of person, how would I best want other people to help me? So really keep that in top of mind when you're thinking about how do you want to show up for others? How do you want to support people? And what is the impact that you want to make on those around you? And that really flows into the next thing on this list, which is integrity. And, for some people that may be like a cool buzzword out there, and it should be something that we have, right? But when you think of integrity, it's not necessarily something that we say, right? Like we don't want to go around. It's like, oh, I'm a person with integrity. I'm a person with integrity. People should just be able to recognize that and feel that from their interactions from you, from the time that they spend with you. It's not something that you have to, put in bold on a title or anything like that. It's to just roll off of you naturally. And that can be a couple of different things. Like obviously that's being a person of your word. Obviously that's, over delivering when you're interacting with people, but just coming from a place of caring, compassion, and operating with honesty and transparency are huge ways that you can just create and just be a person with integrity versus trying to force that. And then, so the last two kind of go hand in hand and are honestly some of my favorites. They're a little bit more difficult to create or cultivate sometimes, but they really do kind of separate people who do really well in business versus those who struggle. So number 9 is resiliency. And when you think about it, let's be real, like entrepreneurship isn't always easy. Like there's going to be days that are difficult. There's going to be weeks even that are hard. There's going to be moments where you have setbacks. You put 100% into something and maybe there's a day you only get 1% back, right? Those moments are going to happen. But resilience is what keeps pushing you forward. It's what allows you to learn from your mistakes. It's what allows you to learn how to grow. And honestly, when you think about it, for every successful entrepreneur, there's always been some type of setback. And the way that they get through that is through their resilience. And the lessons that get learned on the other side are humongous. So don't be afraid when those setbacks come, when those moments come that are a little bit wonky, maybe a little bit difficult. Those are the things, again, that really set people apart and allow you to have some of your biggest wins as an entrepreneur. And then the last thing is community and network. So I think I've already talked a little bit about the fact that for me, I'm very much an introvert, but this community and network aspect is key. I actually got a chance to sit down with one of my close friends yesterday. We got together and we had coffee at my house, and it was just so refreshing to have that positive interaction, have her cheer me on, having her be my cheerleader, throw some ideas out at her, bounce back, kind of have a little bit of collaboration. And if it's not something that you're scheduling time to do as an entrepreneur, I highly recommend you look at your calendar and figure out where you can schedule that in. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's every single week, twice a week, whatever type of touch point that you need, go ahead and do that. Whether that's, and I would say do both, right? So the community part tends to be the people who just kind of support you as an individual versus the network can be more like people who support you more from a business aspect. So I have individuals around me who are like accountability partners specifically for my business. And then I have other people that I love to have around me just to kind of be that positive force when it's been a tough day or when I just need to, say things out loud and not look crazy because I'm saying them to myself. So go ahead and do both, right? And schedule that time. Be intentional with it. If you are a person that loves to get out and you already do that organically, kudos to you. But to those of us who are introverts, please, please, please pull out your calendar, your planner, Google Calendar, whatever it is, and get that time scheduled. It will go so far in helping you throughout this journey, just having that support and those friends and family around you, those business partners around you, those accountability partners around you, to push you, to motivate you, and help you in those moments where you need a little bit more than just your resiliency. So with that being said, thank you so much. There you have it. Shanice Upshur again with the top 10 essentials for building a successful business. These are the building blocks that can really help you get to the next level and get your business to soar and help you turn your corporate skills into a thriving, purpose-driven business. You guys have so many amazing skills, talents, creativity that you're currently maybe not using to its full potential. Would love to see all of the amazing things, all of the amazing work that you do over the next couple weeks, months, and years. Let me know in the comments what's one essential that you're focusing on right now. And if there was one of these that you loved, go ahead and drop that in the comment as well and tell me what you think. I hope that everybody has a fantastic weekend, and thank you so much for watching.